Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Question: have the Tory party completely given up on wanting to form another government of this country? Have they decided that power is no longer for them and that being a permanent opposition party will be the best that they can manage? I ask because of the sheer stupidity of Mel Stride. Mel Stride is the Tories' finance spokesman, the shadow chancellor, if you will. And he's come out and said something that will seriously damage the party. It will hamstring them in their attempts to try and win the next election. A lot of pensioners vote for the Conservatives. People who are older. It's always been thus. And for him to come out and say what he said is lunacy if he ever wants the party to become a government. He said that the future of the pension triple lock is now under threat if the Conservatives form the next government. They're going to reassess it, look at it again. They're saying it's going to be reviewed, which is their way of saying abandoned. And the reason? Well, they say it's too expensive. Well, I don't think it is. I think you can make loads of savings. You know, foreign aid, that can go. You can cut out all the hotels, just stop paying all the hotels for the immigrants, that can go. There's lots of ways you can save lots of money. You can stop donating money to India and China. You can close down so many things that this country wastes on a daily basis. And that way we can grab our pensioners up. Not talking great money, but let's just say the European average. That would be nice. And now Labour, of course, they've seized on this triple lock, abandonment by the Tories. It's just giving them more ammunition, isn't it? They're saying, oh, you've got to stick with Labour. Labour are going to honour the triple lock. The Tories want to abandon it. What lunacy is this? What absolute fool this man is. Has he forgotten what it's like to be a government and decided, oh, it's scary, I don't want to be a government? Ooh. We've got the fourth highest level of pensioner poverty in Europe, and we're including places like Albania, for heaven's sake. And so Labour is saying, we're going to stand up for the pensioners, we're going to do this, we are not going to let our pensioners suffer, we are going to guarantee the pension lock over the entire 5 years of this Parliament. And then, of course, if the Tories get in, they will abandon it. Now, I'm going to presume that Mel Stride will not be Shadow Chancellor for very much longer. I think this is so damaging to the Tory party that Badenoch will have no option but to demote him, fire him away from that role. If she doesn't, then she's agreeing with him, and that will become official Conservative policy, and thus they're fucked at the next election. They're already in deep trouble with people going to reform. And for you to screw over the pensioners like this, virtually every pensioner will go to reform. And at that point, the Tory party implodes because the only people who vote for it are the older set. And if the older set are going to reform, nobody's going to vote for the Tories. They haven't listened to what people want. They haven't applied one iota of intelligence. And they've gone out in a blaze of absolute dumb glory. Mel Stride, I previously thought he was okay. I thought he was quite intelligent. I apologise, ladies and gentlemen. I got that one wrong. He's as dumb as an ox. Now, with the pensions rising over what's been announced, it'll rise by about just under £2,000 per year over the course of this government, is what they're claiming. And that's because they're sticking with this triple lock. But for Mel Stride to abandon that, what's he going to do? How's he going to get the pensions up to any kind of livable standard? He's not. They're deliberately targeting the weak. What is it with political parties? Labour are screwing the oldies, and now the Tories are screwing the oldies. What do they think? What have they got against old people? They're the ones with the money. The young don't have it, you know. Now, if, as I say, Badenoch doesn't fire him, then she will oversee probably the biggest flight yet to date from Tory to Reform. And with the elections coming up next year in the councils, she will see the effects of what the likes of Mel Stride's comments have. And it's going to be an absolute bloodbath. An absolute bloodbath of Tory seats at these elections. And I think, good. They deserve it. They absolutely deserve it. They're no longer real Tories anyway. And the real Tories are going to take all the seats. Well done. Now, it is a big cost, pensions. Of course it is. But it's not a benefit. People have paid in their whole life. It's a right. If you don't want to pay a benefit, if you don't want to pay a pension, then don't tax people for it and let them keep their own money and make their own pension. But when you're taking money off them for a pension, the very least you do is give them one, and give them one that they can live on. That's the whole damn point. Mel Stride, you should be ashamed of yourself. But that's the trouble. You've got two parties now, Labour and Tory, and both of them have decided that they're just going to give the pensioners a good hard kicking. I don't get it. I'm at a loss. I'm at a complete loss. Now, what else are they going to do? They're going to, I tell you what, just as an aside, I think this is probably why so many politicians are voting away from the oldies. I think they've realised the problem going forward isn't money, it's care. And if they can take all the money off the oldies and let them cark it, then, it'll be easier. It's cheaper. Let's let them starve to death. Let's let them freeze to death. Then it'll make life a bit easier. We don't have to fork out for all the care. Pretty sure that's more or less what it is. It's just a lack of humanity, isn't it? These people are just tossers, each and every one. And there's Wes Streeting with his 2 houses, fantastic income. Not Wes Streeting, Mel Stride with his 2 houses, fantastic income, and going, fuck the pensioners. Fuck you, Mel Stride. Thanks very much. I just get angry with it, but it's just a pain. But let me know what you think, and I will speak to you later. Bye.